Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to do a Nollie Tre flip on a fingerboard. There are two things you need to know before you know how to do a Nollie Tre flip. Firstly, there are two ways of doing them. There's the finger scoop way, which is the way I do it, and then there's the scoop upwards way. So there are two ways. Second thing you need to know is a couple of tricks. The first thing you need to know is how to do a nollie. Secondly, nollie flip. And nollie varial flips are optional. They don't really help. And I mean, I guess you can do nollie 360 shoves, but you really don't need to know how to do that. So let's just get straight out into the tutorial. So the first method of doing Nollie Tre flips is the scoop up method, which looks like that. It's when you scoop up instead of side. Open it up. It's when you scoop upwards instead of sideways. Now to do this, you need to put your fingers in this position. Something like this, with your back finger just in front of the back bolts and your front finger just over the nose. So, kind of like that. The first thing you want to know about this trick is, as I've mentioned many times before, it is a scoop up. Crap. It is a scoop up instead of a scoop sideways. So it's like that. The steps into doing this trick. Firstly, fingers in the positioning. Right, once the finger's in the positioning, you want to pop sideways. So like this. That basically gives you the rotation. So that basically allows you to pop the rotation. So, yeah. So when you scoop sideways, second step is in the middle of this, in the middle of the scoop pop. I don't know why I call it that, but why not? You want to scoop upwards. So instead of like that, instead of scooping towards you, I keep dropping it. Instead of scooping towards you, you want to scoop upwards. So kind of lift your hand up, and that will get you the height and it will get you the control of this type of Nollie Tre flip. So scoop upwards. Right, now to get the flip, it's pretty easy. Once you've scooped upwards, just move your hand slightly backwards. So it allows it to flip. You can kind of see the flip, because if you don't, you just leave your hand there. It doesn't even do the whole rotation. And don't curl your finger. Don't do that. That's bad. If you curl your finger, you can't control anything. So you want to scoop upwards, move your hand backwards, and scoop sideways. So pop sideways. So pop sideways, scoop up, move your hand back. And then landing is pretty, like, you know how to land. With this type of Nollie Tre, you can't really land with your back finger, because it's kind of going really vertical and your whole hand is moved backwards, so it's kind of difficult. So that is the first way of doing Nollie Tre. Just to recap, fingers in the positioning, Murdy's gone down, fingers in the positioning, pop sideways, scoop upwards, move your hand backwards and land. It will go over your hand, just to warn you. So that's the first way of doing Nollie Tre. The second way of doing Nollie Tre is the way I like to do it. I call this the Linus method, because that's the way he does his Nollie Tres. It's when you scoop your front finger inwards. So it looks like this. Now the reason I prefer this method is because it flips faster, it looks nicer, and it's much easier to do reverts from. And also, for lower ledges, it's much easier to do grinds into, like a bench or something. So this is the steps and finger placements you need to do this trick. You want your front finger just kind of on the tip of the tail, and your back finger where it was for the other Nollie Tre flip. This basically gives you a quicker scoop. The second method of doing Nollie Tre is what I call the Linus method. I prefer this because it's faster, it's easier to do into lower ledges that I like to, it's easier to do into rails and low ledges and whatnot. And also it just looks nicer. And it looks like this, if I can land one. Looks like that. Flips faster, looks steezier in my opinion, and it's much easier to do once you practice it a lot. So this is the finger placement for this trick. You want your front finger just covering the front of the deck, and your back finger where it was before, so you can get the scoop. before you start this trick, what you want to know how to do is basically this. Just practice doing that. Curling your front finger down. That will really help. That's what I did, and it helped me out. Just move the camera a bit. So, the steps in doing that trick. Firstly, practice doing that, and then practice doing it on the fingerboard. As you can see already, I'm getting the flip. Right, now, you want to get your fingers in the finger placement. So, step 1. Pop like this. Literally, don't even move your back finger. You don't need to do any like scooping upwards or anything, but you do need to scoop. So, you want to pop this way and scoop with your front finger, as I said. It's this motion. So you want to do this. Oh crap. That's pretty much the only step you need, because once you've done that, this finger, it will kind of look like this. The front finger will scoop the deck this way, and the back finger will flick it, like pretty much automatically, so it goes into the tray flip. So this gives it the rotation and this gives it the flick. So it kind of looks like this. When you flick it, it's kind of going off your back finger. So, once you've done that, you've got the pop, you've got the scoop, and you've got the flick. To land it, it's much easier. Because your hand isn't going anywhere, it's staying in the same position. You can pretty much just catch it. Well, that was clean. You can pretty much just catch it whenever you want, as long as you see it flip. And that's pretty much what you need to know in this Nollie Tre. So the first one, scoop up, this one, scoop sideways. This is much easier than doing grinds and ledgers. The other one gives you much more control. So, before I go, I just want to mention one more thing. For both Nollie Tres, this is pretty useful to know. If you want the deck to flip faster, put your fingers closer together, like this. If you want the flip and the deck to generally go slower, put your fingers further apart. It's really just a small difference, but that difference can really make the difference. So if it's close together, like that, it will flip really fast. If it's further apart, like that, it will flip a bit slower. But it's harder to land because your fingers are like stretched. Just wanted to point that out. Now I'm just going to show you some examples of Nollie Tre flips. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you later.